All right, hello everyone. We are jumping into the first half of 11.2 today. So last week you guys were practicing how to write equations. Now you will be learning addition and subtraction equations. So by the end of this lesson, you should be able to solve equations that contain addition and subtraction. When an equation contains addition, you can solve by subtracting the same number from both sides. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So we have a plus 15 equals 26. So this equation contains addition, right? So we can solve by subtracting 15. We do the opposite. The reason you want that, the reason we do that is because you want to get this variable all by itself in order to solve it. So to get it by itself, we need to get rid of this number and basically just move it to the other side. So a plus 15, we're going to say minus 15 on both sides. So 15 minus 15 will be 0. So we're just going to cross that out. So we're just moving that to this side. 26 minus 15 is 11. So we are saying that a equals 11. But you always need to check your work, and there's an easy way to check your work. You're going to check it by plugging in your answer. So you got 11. We're going to see if that's correct by plugging 11 in for a in the original equation. So we're going to rewrite the original equation with 11 now. So instead of a plus 15, we're saying 11 plus 15 equals 26. Let's find out if that's true. 15 plus 11, well, 5 plus 1 is 6. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 26 equals the original answer, 26. That's the same answer. So, yep, we were correct. A equals 11. So it's kind of cool because on a test, you can find out right away if you got it correct or not just by checking your work. Sometimes they're going to ask you to graph the solution on a number line. This shouldn't be too difficult because you already know how to do that. But the solution, remember, is a value of the variable. So the value, so it's not 26. That's not the solution. The solution is whatever the number is. Whatever the variable is. So we found out that the variable is 11. We need to graph that. So we will graph it right on the 11. Okay, we're going to try it now with subtraction. When an equation contains subtraction now, you're going to solve it by adding the same number to both sides. So again, you're just doing the opposite operation that they gave you. So y minus 21 equals 18. So they use subtraction here. So we need to do the opposite, which is addition. Plus 21 to get rid of it, because negative 21 plus 21 is 0. So we're going to now add 21 to this side to make it even, because remember, whatever you do on this side of the equal sign, you have to do it on this side. So 18 plus 21 is 39. So now we got y equals 39. We are going to check our work. We're going to plug in 39 for y. So we're going to rewrite the equation with 39 instead of the y. 39 minus 21 is it 18? Let's find out. 39 minus 21. 9 minus 1 is 8. 3 minus 2 is 1. So 18 equals 18. Yep, we're going to check it off. So our answer is 39. We know we're right. We're going to graph that. Find the 39. Notice it's a whole number, but if it wasn't a whole number, say it was 39.5, then we would put it in the middle of the 39 and the 40. But it's a whole number here, so that's fine. Now you're going to try a couple on your own. So the first one I want you to try on your own is h minus 0.5 equals 0.75. Another way you can solve this is by, or write it, is by, instead of 0.5, you can just say half. If you memorize which fractions are equivalent to these decimals. So h minus half equals 3/4. You could try that, but I'm just going to start off by doing decimals. So go ahead and try to solve that. Okay, we are going to solve it by doing the opposite operation. So they use subtraction here, so we're going to use addition. Plus 0.5 to get rid of it. We're going to do that on this side. So 0.75 plus 0.5, remember you always need to line up the decimals when you're adding or subtracting decimals. So I lined up the decimals and put 0.5. I can just add a 0 after the 5 just to fill in that space. Remember that? I always like to do that. So 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 5 is 12. So we got 125, but remember we need to put the decimal right below because it's lined up. So 1.25 is my answer. H equals 1.25. We're going to check our work by plugging in 1.25 for H. So 1.25 minus 0.5, does it equal 0.75? Let's see. 1.25 minus 0.5. 5 minus 0 is 5. We can't do 2 minus 5, so we have to borrow. 12 minus 5 is 7. 0 minus 0 would be 0, so bring down the decimal. 0.75 equals 0.75. Check, we got it correct. Now I want you to go ahead and try our next one. 5 equals W plus 1.5. So remember, I want to get this W all by itself in order to find the value of it. So to get it by itself, I'm going to do the opposite operation. So they are doing addition, so I'm going to do the opposite, which is subtraction. Minus 1.5 on both sides. So 1.5 minus 1.5 would be 0, so we got rid of that. But 5 minus 1.5, I like to write it, remember, I like to fill in the same spots. So I wrote 5.0. That's the same thing as 5. 5.0 minus 1.5. We had to borrow. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3.5 is my answer. 3.5 equals W. Remember, we're going to double check our work by plugging that in. So 5 equals 3.5 plus 1.5. The same exact equation as the beginning, except we replaced the W with what we got as our answer. So 3.5 plus 1.5 is 5, which is their original answer here. So 5 equals 5. We were correct. You're going to try a couple more practice problems as your homework, and that will be it.